Can y'all hear me? We're gonna start at the bottom. We're gonna start after this song right here, Aki. Yeah, I don't think we was playing the music at all, but sorry, it's too up. All right, Shalom, Lauren Christ, precinct officer, God of War, here under the Isupk under Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. But today we're gonna get in, man. We're gonna get into Martin Luther King, man. You know, we got Martin Luther King Day coming up, January 20th. Um, as you know, the world, the people in the world, they thought that Martin Luther King was a great man. He was a great pastor. He was a great leader for black people. You understand what I'm saying? We, and when I say we, I mean the brothers and sisters that's in the ISUBK under Commander Jenny. I don't know that Shalaki. Shalaki, give me a second. Slight, but like I was saying, let me bring Trooper real quick. Troop, can you hear me?
Khan, I can hear you.
All right, no sweat. What's going on? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat. Everything to up.
Khan,
just getting all the slavery.
You know it.
Okay, ain't no sweat.
White
man.
man's the devil.
Definitely the devil, man. Definitely the devil. As you know, I got me a little break for right now, but I'm gonna get right back to it any minute.
I see you putting your bricks in. So hey, it's all good.
Yeah, Most High in Christ. But yeah, like I said, man, we're gonna get into Martin Luther King today, man. January 20th, Martin Luther King Day, you know what I'm saying? As the world, as I was saying before, as the world, the people that's in the world that's not in the truth think that Martin Luther King was a great man and a great leader for black people. And he led black people to the promised land, and you know what they say, true. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get in him today in the scriptures. We're gonna show you Martin Luther King in the scriptures. You You know what I'm saying? You in a position to read, Troop?
Con. All
right, no sweat. Go ahead, grab me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. And we can start at verse 1.
Con, sir.
Yeah, we start at verse 1. And then whatever you got it, go ahead.
Con. Jeremiah 23, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Lord.
Start back at the top one more time.
Con. Woe unto the pastors.
Woe unto the pastor. You understand what I'm saying? Woe means destruction. You understand what I'm saying? Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. The sheep of the Lord's pasture is the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, and nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called, Native American Indians. That's the sheep of the Lord's pasture. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Con. That destroy and scatter the sheep.
Go ahead.
Of my pasture.
You understand? We're the sheep. And it says, woe unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. The pastors that is speaking about is your Martin Luther Kings, is your T.D. Jakes, is the pastor that your grandma been paying tithes to for the last 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? The pastors that been destroying the ghettos of America for the past 60 years, not teaching you the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Condoning in all, the wickedness that you've been doing in your life and allowing you to continue the wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord's sheep is being destroyed by these pastors, man. You know what I'm saying? Woe unto them. Woe unto them that don't teach the truth about the Bible, that doesn't have the knowledge of the Bible, thinking that they know the Bible. Woe unto them. And it's not just these Christian churches, it's these other Israelite groups too, these fake Hebrew Israelite groups. You know what I'm saying? Teaching that the so-called Africans are a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Teaching that you can, that they're gonna rape women in the kingdom of heaven. Your little young girls, 12-year-old girls in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? If you are not under the Isupk, under Commanding General Yohana, you are not in the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't know the Bible, and you should not teach the Bible. You are not authorized to teach the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Woe unto you. Go ahead.
Con. Saith the Lord, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel.
God of who?
Israel.
God of everybody.
Israel.
God of white people.
Israel.
Come on. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Go ahead.
Israel, against the pastor that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and drive them away and have not visited them.
So, all right, start right there. So it says, you have scattered my flock. His flock are the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians again. You know what I'm saying? That's what these fake pastors and these know-it-all pastors and know-it-all fake Hebrew Israelite groups done to the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying? You done scattered his flock. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they should be doing. They don't know what their culture is. They everywhere. They scattered. We Christians, we Muslims, we First Day Adventists, we Seventh-day Baptists, we Christians, we atheists, we everything besides what the Lord wants us to be. And the reason why that is because these pastors scatter his sheep. You know what I'm saying? He scattered his flock and have driven them away from who? From the Lord. That's what these pastors have done. Go ahead.
Con, sir. And driven them away and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
Con. And it says, behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing. The evil of your doings means this. You pastors who commit all that wickedness thinking that you can commit it in the dark and in secret, the Lord knows exactly what you're doing. You understand? He know you molesting them boys. You know what I'm saying? He know you robbing the people blind, man. And you got people who actually go to church that do want to know who God is. You know what I'm saying? And the pastor robs them blind. You know what I'm saying? It says the Lord is going to visit you upon you the evil of your doings. You know what I'm saying? Salakia Troop. What was that pastor name, man? That one pastor down in Atlanta who was molesting all them boys and he died of AIDS. You remember?
Oh shit.
Eddie
Long.
Eddie Long. Yep, that's
Eddie
his
Long.
name. Eddie Long. The Lord visited Eddie Long upon his evil doings, gave him AIDS, and he died. And you know the wicked thing about it? His family and most of the church members still allowed, for those evil doings to be going on in the church. Even when they found out, they didn't want to believe it.
Right.
One of the kids, one of the young men he molested, he said he molested him so much that he couldn't get the scent off of him.
Hey.
You understand what I'm saying? The Lord said, behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings. And guess what? The Lord visited that brother. He ain't here no more.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Them fake Hebrew Israelite the groups who spoke out against Commander General Hunter, made lies on his name, and didn't want to come back to him. The Lord got rid of those brothers.
Right.
Go ahead. Verse 3.
Jeremiah 23, verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries. Out of all countries.
So what it means right here when it says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock, the remnant of his flock is the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Out of all countries, meaning out of all countries where these so-called Negroes, you know what I'm saying, are. Go ahead.
Whether I have driven them and will bring them again to their folds.
Go ahead.
And they shall be fruitful and increase.
So, and it's talking about the Isupk. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to bring them in here and they shall be fruitful, and we're going to increase as we are increasing right now. There's brothers being raised up to troopers, raised up to 50s, you know what I'm saying? Every day in the Isupk. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is growing. The Lord, what did it say? Salaki. The Lord is being fruitful, and we are going to increase, and we're going to keep increasing. Nothing can stop this train right now. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them.
Those shepherds that it's talking about is the officers and the captains and the generals that are in the Isupk. That's what he's setting up. He's setting up his army, you know what I'm saying, over them, which shall feed them. And what we're going to feed them, we're going to feed them the truth. We're going to feed them the right ways to live, the right ways how to serve the Lord. You understand? Go ahead.
Which shall feed them.
Go ahead.
And they shall fear no more.
We shall fear no more. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be scared not to celebrate Christmas no more. You know what I'm saying? We not going to be scared not to celebrate anything, because we're not going to do it. We're not going to fear, the temptation it is for our kids to hate us because we don't celebrate Christmas and we're not bringing no Christmas tree in the house. We're not going to fear any woman, who's going to threaten to leaving you because you don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day, or get on one knee and give her a ring and propose to her. We're not going to fear any of that. You understand? Go ahead.
Right. Sir. Nor be dismayed. Neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Keep going.
Verse 5. Behold, the days come that the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch.
Right. Go ahead.
And the king shall reign and prosper.
That king that is talking about is Christ. You understand? Go ahead.
Reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
When Christ come back, he's going to execute judgment and justice in the earth for what these nations that done did, horribly to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
He's going to execute judgment on the so-called white man, the so-called East Indian, the so-called Arabs, the so-called, Hawaiians, and who else? Who am I forgetting, True?
Samoan,
The so-called Samoans, you know what I'm saying? The one, yep, exactly. Who else? I know I'm missing somebody. And them goddamn Africans, some stinking, filthy Africans. The Lord is coming back to, what do you say? To execute judgment and justice in the earth. Jump down to 25, I believe.
Khan, sir. Jeremiah 23, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesy lies in my name.
That do what?
Prophesy lies in my name.
That's what the prophets are doing, man. They prophesying lies in the Lord's name, man. You know what I'm saying? They not even reading the Bible. They not even teaching the Bible correctly. They prophesying lies. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one thing that Martin Luther King did. He prophesied straight lies, and he told a lot of black people that, you know what I'm saying, all black people believed and wanted to believe. You know what I'm saying? But he was prophesying lies. The dream that he had was a lie. Go ahead. Go ahead, Drew.
Khan, sir. That prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed.
This is Martin Luther King right here in the scriptures, man.
Right.
Who else has said that? I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Troop, have you heard anywhere else in your time of living on this earth of anybody, any prophets, any leaders, or anything like that saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed?
Lies, sir.
Come on, man. Martin Luther King prophesied lies in the name of the Lord, man. And what it, Troop, if I could, what was his dream, Troop?
Salakia, sir, that white girls and black boys would be holding hands and singing Negro spiritual.
Disgusting, man.
Disgusting.
That's nowhere in the Bible to hold hands with another nation, especially the Lord's people. We don't give a damn what the other nations do. They can hold hands, do backflips, do whatever they want to damn do. But the Lord's children, which are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are not supposed to hold hands with the enemy, man. We were never supposed to do that. The Lord never told Martin Luther King to tell his people that, man. That destroyed black people. That destroyed the economics of black people. It destroyed the real estate. It destroyed every damn thing. It sent us back another 60 years, man.
Right.
You had black families in the house. You had the father figures in the house, you know what I'm saying? To the point where the father had a nice, job. He could, pay all the bills, send the kids to college, go work at that factory, come home, you know what I'm saying? And everything be to family together, everything in place. We had our own schools, own banks, you know what I'm saying? Own restaurants. They might have not been of the quality of the so-called white man, but we had our own stuff. And Martin Luther King sat there and convinced our people to sell everything and give everything unto white America to go sit at their goddamn restaurants and eat their food that they don't season.
Right.
That's what we gave up, man. We gave up everything to go basically serve the so-called white man, instead of serving Christ and the Most High. Now look where we at 60 years later. In a worse spot than we ever been. Go ahead. Continue.
Khan, sir. Jeremiah 23, verse 26. How long shall this be in the hearts of the prophets that prophesy lies?
When it says, how long shall this be in the hearts, it's talking about the mind. You know what I'm saying? Not physically talking about the organ that's in your chest. You understand? So it says, how long shall this be in the mind of the prophets that prophesy lies? How long, how long these prophets going to prophesy these lies for, man? The Christian church has been teaching the same things for 60 years, and we steady getting destroyed more, and more. And we keep listening to that stinking, filthy pastor up there. You understand what I'm saying? Who say God loves everybody. The law is done away with. Prophesying straight lies. Color doesn't matter. God doesn't hate. Well, in the ISUPK, we don't believe none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We teach the truth.
Right.
The prophets of the ISUPK, we don't teach lies. You understand what I'm saying? We teach the truth of the Bible, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? The pastor, they teach lies so you can feel good. So you can feel good, play the tambourine, jump up and down, clap hands, speaking in whatever demonic tongues that they say that they speaking in, and jump around and dance all every Sunday. And my thing is, they got a Bible study every week.
God.
What are they studying? They studying how to be wicked. But because the pastor, he's in charge, he gonna keep prophesying them lies. Go ahead.
Count on Khan. Jeremiah 23, verse 26 from the top. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of deceit of their own heart.
They are prophets of deceit of their own hearts, man. They don't care nothing about what the Most High want. They don't care about nothing about Christ, man. They care about themselves and filling up their goddamn pockets. What's that pastor name who just had that heart attack while he was doing his little
I'm not sure.
what do you call it? Is his name TD Jakes? Is that the fat big black
one?
one?
Yeah. TD
Okay,
Jakes.
yeah, TD Jakes. This Negro went and asked the church to buy him a goddamn plane, $1 million private jet plane.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I think that was Creflo Dollar.
Creflo
with the jet.
Creflo, that's the bald head one, correct? That
Yeah.
just had the heart attack not too long ago, correct?
The one that just had the heart attack was TD Jakes.
TD Jakes.
Yes.
It don't matter. They both wicked. You understand what I'm saying? They both prophesy lies in the Lord's name. You know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing that the Lord tell them to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Salaki, let me get back to it. They are prophets of the deceit of their own hearts. Everything that they teach is for themselves. It's to gains for themselves. It's not for the Lord, man. These pastors, again, is, filthy rich off of the Lord's people just to teach them lies.
Right.
Any more on that? Yeah, go ahead.
Colin Khan, sir, 27. Jeremiah 23, verse 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their father have forgotten my name for Baal.
Come, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King said his dream was for white boys or white girls and black boys to hold hands. You know what I'm saying? That dream right there, when black people were told that, what that did to their mind is this. Okay, in order for us to be equal, we have to hold hands with the so-called white man. We got to come together. When we did that, we forgot who the Lord was, man. We were already on our last limb, man.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
And that's heavy you saying that, because even we was thinking we were equal to them. They didn't think that we're equal to them. So that was crazy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We already knew, or I ain't gonna say we, you know what I'm saying, but as black people, it destroyed us so much to the point where we actually thought selling our homes, selling our restaurants, you know what I'm saying, and etc. would make us equal to the white man, when it actually just basically boosted up the white man all the way above you. Because now you got to go to them for everything.
Right.
Now your landlord white. You know what I'm saying? Now your doctor's white. Now your teacher's white. Now you damn near set, you sending your children to white schools and they getting bullied every day, rocks thrown at them, getting spit at. You can't use the white what do you call it? Water fountains, man.
Right.
We gave up everything just to go drink at the white water fountain. As if it was colder or cleaner. As if, okay, if I drink from the white water fountain now, I'm gonna be more hydrated. If I go and sit down at the white restaurants, the food gonna taste better. Man, who the hell cook better than black people, man? I don't give a damn where it's served. It can be served in a goddamn what's the things called that the northern tribes do in California where they had the corn and all that. What they call that?
The taco stand.
A little stand, man. Come on, man. Martin Luther King prophesied lies in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Lord, man, and destroyed black people. Food trucks. I'll eat there any day of the week. No matter how much money I make, I would eat at a food truck or a food cart that is from a brother all day before I would go to these white expensive restaurants that don't know how to cook. I done had my share of going to a couple restaurants, a little pricey or whatever the case is, and it was horrible.
Right.
And we gave up all our businesses listening to Martin Luther King and his goddamn dream that the Lord had nothing to do with, man. And it destroyed our people. But you know who that dream was for? It was for white America. That's why they have Martin Luther King Day. The white man is thanking Martin Luther King every year for what he did. And what he did, destroyed black people and put everything in the hand of the white man. Now he's over everything.
Right.
We got what do you call them? HBCUs. Every single HBCU, you know what I'm saying, that's still standing today was built before Salakia. Every HBCU was built before the civil rights movement. You understand? True. Answer this for me. How many HBCUs has been built after the civil rights movement?
Salakia, sir. Zero.
All because of this man's goddamn dream. Now we filling up the predominantly white schools. Oh, Kern. Now they allowing white people to enroll into HBCUs, huh?
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong. A few of these HBCUs are named after prominent Jewish people. So we never really had our own anything. I ain't gonna say anything but HBCUs at that. You understand what I'm saying? It's disgusting, man.
That's Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's heavy. You bringing that out because it's like all the inventions we did it. They got the patent.
And there you go.
And colleges, we built it and they put their stamp on it.
There you go. Exactly. Thinking that we had something, but we really don't.
Right.
And in the Isupk, we understand that we fell under those curses for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand what I'm saying? We here in the Isupk who know the truth know that, the white man is the devil as well, too.
Okay.
We also know that according to get me Deuteronomy chapter 28, where it says we will have to go to our oppressors for all things, in want of all things, if you could.
So you remember what verse?
Yeah, let me get. I'm finna grab it right now. $48.
Colin Wakan, sir. Deuteronomy 28,
and
verse
48.
48. Therefore, thou serve thine enemies.
That served thy what?
Thine enemies.
Who are the enemies of Israel?
So-called white man, sir.
Not just him, because if we look on the back of these T-shirts that we got made, it's gonna say that it's from where?
White man.
Who else?
Chinese.
There you go. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The white man is not the only enemy of Israel. It's all nations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Colin Wakan. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Right.
which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent our enemies against us because we did not keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand what I'm saying? When Moses gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments, and told us, and when we came up out of Egypt, that if you serve the Lord, you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you shall be blessed and set above all nations, meaning you shall rule the earth. But he said, if you didn't keep these commandments, you shall be cursed. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we in the curses in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, saying, you know, that we shall serve our enemies, which the Lord shall send against us. The Lord sent the so-called white man against us. Go ahead.
Colin Wakan. In hunger.
In food.
In thirst.
Water.
And nakedness.
And clothing.
And in want.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Are in want and in want of all things.
Everything. We got to go to the so-called white man, so-called devil that the Bible speaks of for everything, man, because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand what I'm saying? And we still not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments because of these pastors. They have led the people astray. They still teaching to commit sin. They not teaching to follow Christ, man. They teaching to celebrate these wicked holidays, these pagan holidays. They teaching that that a man can be with a man and a woman can be with a woman, man. Disgusting, man. And why would they even teach that, knowing that everybody knows the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, man? Why would any pastor teach that it's okay to be a homosexual, knowing what happened to those people in the book of in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, man? That's wickedness. Hebrews and Egyptians are not together. It's not no mixed bloodline. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Edwards. You understand what I'm saying? The so-called Hebrew Israelites come from Shem. The Egyptians come from Ham. They are Hamites. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who taught you that, and that's exactly what we're talking about right now. You, whoever you teach, you are leading astray. You are causing the people to err. You know what I'm saying? That is not true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Any more on that?
Colin Wakan, sir.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28, 48 at the bottom.
Start back at the top real quick.
From the top. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger, man. Anytime you go to the store, and I know you know more than me. True. Let me know. About 20 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, $100 will have you walking out of Walmart with damn near 2 carts full.
Colin Wakan, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? And correct me if I'm wrong again. If we see every item or look on every item that we buy from these stores, you know what I'm saying, these food stores at that, do any of them come from black people? Hispanic people, Native American, Indian people? No, everything is made from our enemies. Everything we are purchasing to eat every day, whether if it's rice, whether if it's fruits, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't even matter. It's coming from our enemies. We are serving our enemies in hunger. Go ahead.
Colin Wakan, sir. In hunger and in thirst.
When we want water, if we want water to be on through our house, you know what I'm saying, to wash dishes, to take a bath, you know what I'm saying, etc., wash cars, whatever it is that you want. True. Who do we got to pay?
You got to pay the so-called white man.
Come on, man, for water that's already here abundantly upon the earth. The Lord put the water here. The white man get in control, rule over niggas, and say, you know what? I'm gonna cut y'all water supply off, and I'm gonna charge y'all every month, man. We are serving our enemies, man, because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we still not keeping them today. You know what I'm saying? We just what's the last holiday we just celebrated? That the people in the world just celebrated January for what they call it, New Year's.
New Year's Eve and Christmas.
Right. New Year's Eve into the so-called New Year. And look what happened on that day. The Lord sent down judgment. You know what I'm saying? There was a terrorist attack in Texas where I don't know if he was an Arab or a so-called Edomite. Whichever one it is, he is an enemy of Israel. And I believe he injured 30 people and killed over 10 to 15 people. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Right.
But in those lines of death were a couple of our sisters and our brothers. You know what I'm saying? May the Lord be with their family. But when the UPK, when we say and when we warn the people not to celebrate these holidays, that's why. Because we know these are wicked things against the Lord. And when you commit wickedness, the Lord sends judgment, man. These pastors should have been telling our people all year, all week, the morning of, the day of, hey, don't celebrate New Year's. Don't celebrate Christmas because it is wicked against the Lord, man. But they only think about their own heart, their own mind. They only think about themselves. They want some of that Christmas money. They want some of that New Year's money because it's going to make their pockets fat, man. Go ahead.
Sir. And in nakedness.
In nakedness, man. All the clothes come from China or Taiwan, whichever one it is. Nigeria, Arabia, whatever country you want to goddamn name. It ain't no Negroes. It ain't no Hispanics or Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do own, a clothing line or whatever the case is, yeah, you own the clothing line, but who you still purchasing the materials from?
It's lucky. Other nations, sir.
Other nations, man. There ain't no factories, you know what I'm saying, owned by no Negroes. That's making shirts, man. We shall serve our enemies for nakedness, man. Everything we bought, anything that we gotta buy to wear, to put on, you know what I'm saying? Pants, shoes, socks, shirts, anything. We have to go to the so-called white man or other nations, man. Because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments like we were supposed to. So we fell in the hands of our enemies. Go ahead.
Sir. And in want of all things.
And want of what?
All things.
Some things.
All things.
All things, man. Whatever the hell it is that we want, we got to go to these devils. You know what I'm saying? These stinking, filthy Africans. We got to go to them for everything, man. We can't have nothing. We don't have absolutely nothing. The only thing we got right now is this truth, man. And it's more valuable than anything on this earth. You can't purchase this.
Damn right.
You can't purchase this, man. We got any more on that?
Sir.
Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
You know that only happened to one people. This curse could only fit one people on the earth. No other nation on the earth has ever gone through a captivity like the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. The only ones in history that have been put in chains with a yoke of iron around their neck is so-called Negroes, man. That didn't happen to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But now you could go ahead and drop that and you can go back to the book of Jeremiah 23, and I think we was on 27 or something like that. Let's get that right back.
Jeremiah 23.
Hold on. Hey, Mr. Maurice Edwards, man, what you need to do, you need to go grab one of these, man, so you can learn something. You understand? And then you need to find whatever state and city that you in, you need to reach out to the nearest school, man, the nearest ISUBK school, and go ahead and learn some real things, man. It's so simple. If you had this book right here, you know that the so-called, or not even the so-called, that the Israelites and Egyptians are not the same. You know what I'm saying? This man said that they are a mixed bloodline, no questions asked. First of all, ain't nobody mixed. You are the seed of your father. And then in this book, you will find out who the father is of the Israelites and who the father is of the Egyptians, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should not be teaching nobody. You should shut up, put all black on, and that's if you are a so-called Negro. Be quiet, get in all black, do your 90 days, get your names, and get in the ranks of the ISUBK, man, and come and learn the Bible. You shouldn't be teaching nothing because you don't know nothing. And if it's not of Commander Journey Hana, it is not of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
Right. Con, sir, we left off at Jeremiah 23, 28.
28.
The end of 28.
Okay, now you could drop that. But yeah, now you could drop that. Go ahead and drop that. Yeah, again, man, we talking about Martin Luther King, man. We got Martin Luther King Day coming up on January 20th. Also, that's the same day of the inauguration for the top white supremacist to ever live. His name is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is coming back into office with a perpetual hatred for the so-called Northern Tribe brothers, man. He hates Mexicans. That's how he won the first term. He won the first term by hating Mexicans, and he won this next term that he just won by hating Mexicans.
Con, Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
He said also in a press conference today that the Gulf of Mexico, they're going to change the name to Gulf of America.
Man, I seen one of the brothers post that, man. And you know what? One thing about it, he joke a lot, but he be dead serious.
Con.
If he got the power to do it, he is going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? He could name whatever part of this country, whatever he wanted to name. It's going to be destroyed by the Lord.
Right.
When Christ come back, he is going to destroy America, man. So let him call it whatever the hell he want to call it. He done renamed the whole earth anyways. You know what I'm saying? Every country name that you see nowadays, it was, you know, obviously our oppressors took it over and named it they damn self.
Right.
America. That name was named by so-called man named Amerigo Vespucci. That's where the term and word America came from. Same thing with so-called Africa.
Right.
Africa was named by a Roman general named Leo Scipio Africanus.
Right.
Saint Vincent, Saint Croix, Saint Elizabeth, with all them saints, guess what? We're named after so-called white people.
Right.
So who cares if he's gonna name it the Gulf of Mexico? Look, it ain't gonna have no name when Christ come back. That land gonna belong to, you know, Trooper Kayal.
God.
You know what I'm saying? But what I told you to grab?
I'm holding Jeremiah 23, 28.
28. Now you can drop that. But yeah, yet again, man, we talking about Martin Luther King, man. See, a lot of people don't know Martin Luther King. He was working with the CIA. You know what I'm saying? And Martin Luther King's dream was for white girls and black boys to be holding hands and, you know, run down the street into La La Land, basically. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you think he loving black people. Meanwhile, he is hating black people. He was caught, you know, on record saying, first off, the story is he was at this motel with two white women about to have an orgy. They call him Orgy Mike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was recorded saying, I ain't a nigga tonight, just to sleep with white women. Martin Luther King is just like these so-called football players and NBA stars that marry these damn white women. But guess what? Who's the one to blame? Who taught them that it was okay to marry outside of their nation? Martin Luther King and these pastors, man.
Right.
Love is love. Where is that in the Bible? The Bible says, thou shalt not give thy sons unto thy daughters, and don't give thy daughters unto thy sons. But the Christian church and these pastors who's leading the people astray, telling us that we can love whoever we want to love. That's not in the Bible. The Lord is against interracial marriage, man. That is a sin against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how these brothers, these NFL brothers and NBA brothers haven't learned a lesson yet. Every time Blake Griffin, for example, Blake Griffin went and married a so-called Edomite. Blake Griffin is a so-called Levite, which is a so-called Haitian. But because of his skin tone, you would think that he is a so-called white man, but father is a Levite. But his mother is an Edomite. So what he did, he just really followed his father's footsteps, but his father was led astray as well too. And he went and got this so-called white woman, gave her a baby and everything. Now he's paying over $300,000 a month for child support. Right?
It's lucky, sir. It's lucky.
$300,000 a month in child support. And I'm not saying that if he would have married a sister that he wouldn't have went through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we do got some wicked sisters out here. But when are these brothers going to learn that they need to leave that white dog alone? It's almost like it's in their contracts to only marry white women, man. I'm seeing it every day on social media. They proposing to him after the football game. And it's disgusting, huh? It's disgusting in the eyes of the Lord. But the people to put at fault are these pastors who's teaching that you can love whoever you want to love, marry whoever you want to marry, do what make you happy. None of what I just said is in the Bible, man. None of those things that they've learned throughout their life is in the Bible. They've been led astray. You understand what I'm saying? They listening to that dream of Martin Luther King. On January 20th, these Negroes who've been marrying white women and these sisters that been marrying white men, what's that tennis player called? The female.
It's like it's Venus and Serena.
Serena Williams. Have you seen her lately?
It's lucky, sir. She looked hideous.
Man, disgusting. It looked like all the black culture that she had in her before she got with that white man is now gone. The Lord done stripped her of her blackness.
Gone.
And she is destroyed now. She looks, like you said, hideous. Brother, don't let religion blind facts. Brother, listen, Maurice, you don't got the facts. We got the facts here in the ISUPK, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing we have in the UPK has nothing to do with religion. Like I say, get in class, do them 90 days, get your Hebrew name, stay 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying? And follow the ISUPK, which is following the Lord, man.
Right.
Give me the book of Proverbs chapter 1. Matter of fact, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 5 through 6.
Deuteronomy 4, 5 through 6.
Yeah.
Khan will Khan, sir. Deuteronomy 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me. that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
And do what?
Do them.
Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
This is our wisdom, man. When we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that's the wisdom of the Most High, man. The Lord said, keep and therefore do them. Martin Luther King didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. He was not a wise man. He didn't have wisdom. You know what I'm saying? T.D. Jakes doesn't have wisdom. Creflo Dollar doesn't have wisdom. Eddie Long didn't have wisdom. These fake Hebrew Israelite groups don't have wisdom. Where you going to find the wisdom that you need? You're going to find it here in the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, man. Because we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we do them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King didn't celebrate the Feast of Purim, which we got coming up. He didn't celebrate, the Feast of Hanukkah. He celebrated Christmas and New Year's. He celebrated Thanksgiving. He celebrated Veterans Day. He celebrated Valentine's Day. He celebrated birthdays. You understand? He celebrated what's that other one called, man? It's something like Veterans Day, but it's the Memorial Day weekend. He was celebrating. He didn't have no wisdom. Because if he'd have had wisdom, he would have been in the ranks of the Isupk.
Right.
He would have been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that they are the same people and that they make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is for them so-called pastors as well, too. If they had wisdom, they would have taught the people not to celebrate pagan holidays, man. They would teach that brotherhood is a weapon. They would teach that Christ is a black man, man. They would teach that the Most High has the spirit of a black man. Or that the spirit of the Most High is of a black man. But they don't have wisdom. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 4, verse 6 from the top. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Go ahead.
Sir, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
You think that these nations right now are saying that surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people? Hell no. That's why they making all these laws, you know what I'm saying, for homosexuals. You can be a goddamn your daughter can go to school or your son can go to school, and the school is allowed to have a closet full of dresses that your son is allowed to wear because there's a no gender policy or whatever the case is. I don't even know what it's called. They have school programs where your child can talk to these I guess they're psychiatrists and counselors about a sex change without a parent's say it again.
Salakia consent, and that's evil as hell.
Parent consent, the water. Now, if there's anything that I do agree with Donald Trump is that he is against the LGBT community.
Right.
That is the only thing I agree with when it comes to Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Take that stuff out of the schools, man. Take it out of the goddamn schools, man. Children don't need to be, playing or, talking about a sex change. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be talking about that stuff, period. The only thing that they need to know is if you got a male private, you are a male, you are a boy, you are a man. And vice versa, man. That's it. Not telling them that they can identify as a goddamn cat or a damn dog or elephant, man. That's not wise. It's not wise to teach our children that, man. Go ahead.
Khan, Deuteronomy 4, verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for?
Start back up at 6 real quick.
Khan, Deuteronomy 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Come on, this is our wisdom, and our understanding in the sight of the nations, man. These nations are supposed to look at us, man, and say, damn, these people are, they the wisest people upon the earth. They have real understanding. Who is their God? That's how when they see us, that's what they should see. That this is a wise and understanding people, man. They can't pull the okie doke on us as they do every 4 years to get our people to vote for them. You know what I'm saying? We should be wise enough now that it's been 60 years of BS to vote for nobody in the chair, man. Vote for Christ.
Right.
That's the wise and understanding thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Yeah, man, if we kept the law, statutes, and commandments, that's what these nations that's round about us would be saying. That this is a great, what did it say? This is a great nation and wise and understanding people, man.
Right.
And it is a great nation. But that's why we need these brothers and sisters to go ahead and get up in these classes so we could go ahead and raise up this nation, man. To be great and wise, man. And to be above all people. AKA rule the earth, man. Right. But because these pastors and Martin Luther King want to tell us their dreams, now we in hell. We in further hell. Look at the ghettos across America, man. Look at the projects. You know what I'm saying? Look at the state that Haiti's in right now, man. It looked like a damn bomb went off in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? The barrios. What they call the ghettos in Brazil? The favelas. Horrible, man. Because we didn't listen to the Lord. Because we going to church every Sunday not learning a goddamn thing.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Listening to Maurice Edwards.
Yeah. He talking about history and the Bible are two different things. How dumb when history is in the Bible.
Right.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If the world was to listen to, and when I say world, if niggas was to listen to Maurice Edwards, we'd go into further hell for another 200 years.
Khan.
There's history in the Bible, dumb. And specifically, it's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American history. What we holding right now?
I was at the end of Deuteronomy 4:6, the end of 6.
Okay. Get the Apocrypha for me. Get Baruch chapter 4, verses 1 through 2.
Khan, sir. Khan, sir. This is the book of Baruch 4, verse 1.
Go ahead.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
The book of what?
The commandments of God.
We just read in the book of Deuteronomy that keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, that's our wisdom and understanding. Now we in the book of Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. Read it at the top again.
Khan, sir. This is the book of Baruch 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
Go ahead.
Khan, sir. And the law that endureth forever.
The law endureth forever, not sometimes, not just next week, not until Christ come back. It endures forever, man. Go ahead.
Khan. All they that keep it shall come to life.
This is what Martin Luther King should have been teaching, man. This is what you Christian pastors and Nation of Islam and you fake Muslims want to be damn Muslims, you know what I'm saying, should be teaching, man. You should teach the law. And you should tell them, if you keep the commandments and the laws, statutes, and commandments, you shall come to life. But you're not. You teaching everything outside of that. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. But such as leave it shall die.
And what you teaching is killing the Lord's people, man. If you would have warned the people and told them not to go out and celebrate New Year's, you know what I'm saying? Them brothers and them sisters, you know, that were unalived by that, you know, one of our enemies would be home with their families right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the birthdays that was celebrated this year and you know, little children getting hit by, you know, stray bullets and things like that. If you would have told these people that they shouldn't celebrate birthdays, guess what? Them little children will still be with their families right now.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was in Miami. A little
yeah, Con. Yeah, that's the one that I remember. It was a little girl, I guess like it don't even matter the age. You out there committing sin against the Lord, and the wickedness that come through there is shooting out the window with a switch, because you know these niggas don't know how to shoot nowadays. They just pointing guns and they shooting with their eyes closed. And unalive the little girl, man, or the little boy. But if the pastors and the leaders of our people was to tell our people not to do these things wouldn't happen.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
The church would be empty.
Come on, man. And then, yeah, the church do need to be emptied, and those buildings need to be donated to Commander General Yohana.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the you know unfortunate unaliving that done went on for the past, you know, 60 years, you know what I'm saying, is mostly caused because our people are in error. They're not serving the Lord. We don't have the Lord protection, man. It's because these pastors want to teach everything besides serving Christ. They teach you to serve yourself. They're selfish. They have no wisdom and understanding. They don't teach to keep the laws. Martin Luther King didn't tell you to keep the Passover. He didn't teach you how to keep the Sabbath. You understand? We got some more on that?
Khan, sir. I'll get verse 2. Book of Baruch.
No, you can drop that. Get Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7.
Khan, sir. Khan, sir. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Martin Luther King didn't fear the Lord. You know how I know? Because he didn't have no knowledge. He didn't have, the only thing he had knowledge of is the temptation of having sex with white women. That's all he was doing. That's all he wanted to do. I ain't a nigga tonight. That's what he said in that hotel room with those two white whores. If he had knowledge and if he had wisdom, you understand what I'm saying? He would have never even put himself in a position to be working with the CIA or to be in a hotel with two whores. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Proverbs 1, verse 7 from the top. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fool despise wisdom and instruction.
Come on, man. That's straightforward right there. Maurice Edwards.
Right.
You are one of the fools that despise wisdom and instruction. These pastors, they despise wisdom and instruction, man. Commander Johnny Hunter been in the street since the 80s. There should be no reason why these pastors are still teaching what they teaching, man. There should be no reason why these fake Hebrew Israelites haven't come under the only banner that should be up, and that's the ISUBK, man. You know why? Because they despise wisdom and instruction, man. And when you despise wisdom and instruction, you die.
Right.
Martin Luther King convinced you to give up everything and to follow the white man, and it destroyed the black community, man. He told you to go whole head. He convinced you to give up everything. What happened next? The hood was flooded with heroin. What happened after that? The fathers was now taken up out of the house. They went to go fight in the white man's war, the Vietnam War, came back, didn't have no job. They was already on all the what's that drug that was on they was on when they caught back here, man? Most of them was already drugged out when they came back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The white man brought in what's the stuff called the benefits when the father can't be in the house.
Oh, shit.
Goddamn, damn. Yanaquan, what is it called? They told the black man he couldn't be in the house for the mother to receive what?
It's like
food stamps and government assistance, man.
Food stamps.
You know what I'm saying? To put the father on child support, but he ain't got no goddamn job. Destroy him, he turned into drug dealers. Now the family's all discombobulated, man. Women raising up monsters.
Right.
Emotional monsters. Our sisters turning into whores, man. Living lifestyles that they should not be living, man. Because of what Martin Luther King did, man. You should be on Officer Number One. You on?
Shalom, y'all. Shalom,
Shalom. Yahaba Shem Yahshua Barakatah. What's going on, sir?
What's going on with y'all?
Not much, man. We getting it in on Martin Luther King and these fake ass pastors, man. Wannabe pastors, man. Right. Give me Proverbs 1:7 again. I think that's where we at right now, right?
1:7.
Okay, go ahead.
So Proverb 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the beginning of the knowledge, man. Martin Luther King and these pastors, they didn't have knowledge. They were of vain deceit, man, after their own hearts, as we read earlier. They only cared about themselves. They only cared about themselves. And even when he did come out with the truth saying that I fear as if I put my people in a burning building, you understand what I'm saying? He only said that because he didn't get paid that money. The generals brought out the proof. He didn't get that money that he was supposed to get paid by the CIA. That's the only reason he came out and said that I fear as if I let my people into a burning building. You knew the building been hot, nigga. And the Lord brought judgment upon him because guess what? He caused the people to err. He destroyed the black community. He destroyed everything about black people and sent us another 400 years back. Now look at us. Look at the state and condition of the so-called black Hispanics and Native American Indians. And still to this day, we still celebrating goddamn Martin Luther King Day. And they teaching our children that this man was a great man. This man was a fool.
Right.
T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long, and the pastors that our grandmas been paying tithes to for the past 50 years are fools because they despise wisdom, man.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It's heavy because even the fool said he led his people into a burning house after the fact.
You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, he knew that the building been burning.
Right.
He knew we weren't supposed to hold no hands on no goddamn white man. And like I said, the only reason he came out and said something is because he didn't get paid that money. The proof is out there. The info is out there. You can find this, and you can Google this. Him and all them other leaders, so-called leaders, you understand what I'm saying? Were getting paid. Now he comes out and say, I feel as if I let my people in a burning building, nigga. The building been hot, nigga, for 400 years, nigga. And you led the people astray another 400 years. He's the reason why the black family is so discombobulated today.
Salakia.
Go ahead, sir.
He ain't know the building was burning because he was sleeping all that damn white trash.
Salakia. Damn right. That's exactly what he was doing. True. Salakia, officer number one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I said that's exactly what he was doing, man. I was telling Truth that they got him on record saying I ain't a nigga tonight while sleeping with two whores at a goddamn hotel at a motel.
God. Shit, that's why the Lord told us to not mingle with these other nations.
Come on, man.
They're from serving the Lord. But in this case, Martin Luther King mingled with the other nation and turned on his own brothers. That's what he did. He got with them white whores, got with a bunch of them, having orgies and all these things.
Right.
And he just threw us all in the fire and then got in the lodge for it.
Right.
Right.
Nah, damn right. No, can you Truth, give me that scripture where it says, "Thou shalt not give thy sons unto thy daughters, and daughters unto thy sons." Real quick.
That should be Deuteronomy 7.
7 and 3. Yup. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
If you allow your son to marry a white woman, an Arab woman, an East Indian woman, an African woman, a Samoan woman, Hawaiian woman, or any nation outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, it says, for they will turn away thy son from following me. The following me is speaking of the Most High. Your son dating or marrying another woman from another nation, you understand? He cannot follow the Most High. You understand? So what did that tell you about Martin Luther King? What was he doing? Who did he get his goddamn dream from? He wasn't doing what the Most High was telling him to do. He was doing exactly what the Most High told him not to do. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 4 from the top. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
That they may serve who?
Other gods.
It's saying that they may serve other gods because it's against God to date or to marry any other nation of men or women. You are serving another God. The Most High God of this Bible didn't teach and say that you can marry another woman of another nation. You are following another God. You are following Satan. That's who you following. Go ahead.
so will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you
Mm-hmm.
and destroy thee suddenly.
That's what happened to Martin Luther King.
Right.
He wanted to sleep with white women and destroy the Lord's flock, cause them to err. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against him and destroyed him. What? These suddenly. Martin Luther King walked out that hotel and it was over with. Martin Luther King's dream was black people's worst nightmare, man. And they should stop teaching that shit in schools, man.
Right.
Stop teaching that he was this great man, that he was this great leader, and that he died for black people. No, he died to sleep with 2 white whores. That's what he did. He died to sleep with white women.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
And it wasn't even just him. All the black leader at that time, they was in love with white women, white
All
dogs.
of them was doing it. I know. He was not the only one doing it. He was not the only one doing it. It was plenty brothers doing it, but him being the leader, the so-called leader, because he damn sure wasn't the leader of black people.
Right.
But him doing it made everybody else want to do it. Even though he tried to do it in secret at them parties that they go to and etc., they know what's going on, man.
Right.
Meanwhile, he got that beautiful sister sitting at home by her goddamn self while he goes sleep with damn dogs. Go ahead.
Khan, Deuteronomy 7, verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
Mm-hmm.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
You can go ahead and drop that. I need you to get 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 10 and 11. Or verse 11. Officer No. 1, you in a position to read?
Good.
All right. Grab the book of Baruch chapter 3 verses 9.
You want it right now?
After we get the 1 Peter's.
Okay, you say 1 Peter 4,
and verse 11.
11?
Yeah, verse 11.
Khan, sir. 1 Peter 4, verse 11.
Go ahead.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracle of God.
Speak the what?
The oracle of God.
Yeah, Martin Luther King didn't speak the oracles of God. The oracles of God are the law, statutes, and commandments. He taught what Satan wanted him to teach. His dream was not of God. He was prophesying lies. Everything he prophesied was against God. You understand what I'm saying? But if any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of God. That's what the Lord said to do. You don't have a choice. If you're going to speak the oracles of God, man. Go ahead.
Khan, if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth.
Go ahead.
That God in all things may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Go back to the middle of that.
Khan.
If any man minister.
If any man minister, let
what
him.
Does it mean to minister?
It's like what we're doing right now, sir.
To teach.
Khan.
You know what I'm saying? If any man teach, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, man. You know what I'm saying? And that ability that we have right here in the UPK is because of the Most High in Christ and Commander General, man. We are ministering the oracles of God, man. And we are doing it as of the ability which God gave it. But these pastors in these Christian churches, these Muslim mosques, they're not teaching the oracles of God. They are teaching the oracles of Satan. If it is not of the ISUBK under Commanding General Your Honor, it is of Satan.
Right.
You see what's going on in these other Israelite groups. They sleeping with transvestites. They teaching that Africans are Israelites, starting schools over in Africa, starting schools over, what's the sister name? Joy Morgan. That was one of our sisters, man, and a stinking, filthy Hamite that this so-called group called the IUIC, they let him into their congregation, and he murdered that sister, man. He ain't no telling what else he did to that sister. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you listen, you know what I'm saying, to these fake Hebrew Israelite groups. You are putting yourself in danger, man. These sisters joining these churches, these single sisters joining these churches, they got kids, and guess what? Their kids getting molested by these goddamn so-called priests and pastors, man. They molesting kids in the church. You understand what I'm saying? They sell up. What's the holiday called with the eggs and all bunny rabbits and shit?
Like
Easter. They having an Easter egg hunt, and that pastor sitting in the cut somewhere, ready to touch your goddamn children. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, that God in all things may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever.
You can finish off that last word.
Amen.
Go ahead, Officer No One. You still holding Baruch 3 and 9?
Come, priest.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 9. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Come on, man. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom, man. Priest, if I may, what does it mean to give ear to understand wisdom?
Yes, and truth.
There you go. No. Salaki. No, Max. Well, whoever want to take it.
Go ahead, trooper.
Give ear.
God, what does it mean to give ear to understand wisdom?
Salakia, sir, be teachable, to where, you can be taught by a priest.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Would you get a crack at it, Officer No One?
So give ear to understand wisdom is meaning like that's on the same premise of what Kayal said.
Right.
Like you got to be able to okay, for example, I know we all met people like we in the truth and we try to teach somebody.
Right.
They don't wanna hear what we gotta say. They go against it. Some of them just block us out. They not giving their ear to understand wisdom. But for the other side, the people that's willing to sit down and hear and actually think this out, they giving their ear to understand the wisdom that we saying, because it's coming from the Lord.
Right.
Right. This is what Solomon is saying, to give ear to understand wisdom, to like how Christ said, if you have an ear, let them hear. Everybody got ears, but everybody not hearing. Everybody not understanding.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hear Israel, the commandments of life. We already know that if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we just read in the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. If you keep the commandments, you shall what? You shall live. You know what I'm saying? You shall have life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Listen to these priests and prophets of the ISUBK. You know what I'm saying? To get some understanding and some goddamn wisdom, man. We don't just do this because we doing this for fun, man. We doing this for Christ and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We are trying to change our nation. We are, you know what I'm saying? We trying to fix our nation. Now, we ain't trying. That's what we doing. And we got to fix what Martin Luther King destroyed. Because he didn't have an ear to understand wisdom. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, you know, Eddie Long, the pastors that's round about where you brothers live at right now, that's on in these churches, that's on every other corner in the ghettos of America. They can't give their ear to understand wisdom. They don't have it. It wasn't given to them. They don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verses 19 through 20.
Repeat that verse.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verses 19 through 20.
Khan, sir. Ecclesiasticus 19, verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Salaki, start at 18.
Khan, verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth is love.
Salaki, start from the top one more time. I'm here with you.
Ecclesiasticus 19, verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him.
True. What's the fear of the Lord according to the Bible?
Slakia. Keep his commandment.
Right. Keeping his commandments is the first step to be accepted by the Lord, man. And the wisdom obtaining his love. Go ahead.
Khan, and wisdom obtaineth is love. Verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
And they that do things that please him, what are the things that please the Lord? What do we have to do to show the Lord that, you know, that's pleasing to the Lord?
Keep the commandments, sir.
There you go. Go ahead.
Keep the commandments, sir.
Right. That's what pleased the Lord, man. And if he say you do these things, go ahead. You shall what?
Do these things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
Con, give me a second. I'm going to find that right now for you. In the meantime, Officer No. 1, can you grab Ecclesiasticus or Shalakia, Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6?
Isaiah chapter what? 19?
33, verse 6.
God. It's the book of Isaiah chapter.
Hold on, give me 1 hot second. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Troop, you got a compact Bible dictionary or la?
Nah, lie, sir.
All right, no sweat. I got one right here.
Hold up. Khan, sir.
You got one. All right. Go to page 241, and we're gonna read that word right there, immortality.
Khan.
if it's 8:47.
Kind of.
All right, yeah, let me get back with you. I said page 241, correct?
Kind of, sir.
All right. Start at the yep, you could go ahead and start from the top. Go ahead.
Okay, where it says the biblical
Concept. Yep.
concept of immortality is not simply the survival of the soul after bodily death.
Keep going.
The bare continue acceptance of the soul.
Existence
Of the soul, Salakia. Can't even hardly see it.
You good. Go ahead.
But the self-conscious countenance of the
Continuance. No, you good.
continuance of the whole person, body, and soul together. So I can hardly see it. It's so tiny.
Now it's Tawaf. So I'll go ahead and continue from right here, right? So it says, I'm gonna start back at the top. So this is the book of this is the compact Bible dictionary. We're looking up the word immortality, and on page 241 it says the biblical concept of immortality is not simply the survival of the soul after bodily death, the bare continued existence of the soul, but the self-conscious continuance of the whole person, body and soul together in a state of blessedness due to the redemption of Christ and the possession of eternal life. That's what it's speaking about in that verse, man. Eternal life. You know what I'm saying? It says back in that verse 19, it says the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is a doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Eternal life, man. That's what you should receive if you keep the commandments, because that's what pleases the Most High. So you will receive eternal life, man. Martin Luther King didn't teach you how to receive eternal life. He taught you how to go have sex with white whores. He taught you how to give your culture up to go follow another people, to be below them or equal to. When he knew we were never going to be equal with the so-called white man in white America, man. We had no business following Martin Luther King's dream.
Right.
And you would think today, in the conditions that black people are in today, that they would wake up and say, you know what? Martin Luther King is garbage. My child ain't celebrating Martin Luther King Day. We're not going to acknowledge Martin Luther King Day no more. We're not going to acknowledge him as a so-called great black leader, man. He was a traitor. He betrayed black people. He betrayed Christ. You understand?
Right.
Go ahead and grab what you got. Officer No. 1, it's 8:51, so we're going to have to wrap it up in a little bit.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy tongues, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Come on, man. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what we should be having right now. Wisdom and knowledge right now to be stable in these times we live in today, man. But the reasons why we don't got that stability right now is because our people don't have wisdom and knowledge. They doing the same things that they were doing 60 years ago, but on a whole nother level. There is no stability and strength of salvation. The only place you can get that is right here in the Isupk. Martin Luther King couldn't teach that. T.D. Jakes couldn't teach that. Your pastor couldn't teach that. The Muslim Mosque, Nation of Islam, they can't teach this. They can't teach you the strength of salvation, man. They can't teach you to be in stable conditions in these times, man. They can't warn you of the troubles that are coming. but we do right here in the ISUPK. If you want to have stability in these last days, you better find the nearest ISUPK school. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you can drop. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody said something?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. We're gonna grab two more, man. Get me the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4, and then Proverbs chapter 2, verses 3 through 5. When we gonna end with them two right now.
Romans 15, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Romans 15, verse 4.
Yep.
For whosoever things
Start again. Got to pronounce that word right.
Salakia, sir. Salakia. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, man. Why didn't Martin Luther King know this right here instead of making up his own goddamn doctrine, man? The doctrine of Satan. His dream that he had wasn't for our learning. It was for our destruction. And those things that were written aforetime, what is it talking about right there, True? What things were written aforetime?
Salakia would be like the Old Testament.
And what's in the Old Testament?
The law.
Come on, man.
Commandments.
Exactly. Go ahead, continue.
Khan. Romans 15, verse 4 from the top. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scripture might have hope.
That's the hope that we should have had, not the hope of listening to goddamn Martin Luther King, man. That's the hope right there. That's the comfort that we should have had of the scriptures that might have hope. That's what Martin Luther King should have been teaching, man. But all he was worried about was white whores and not being a nigga tonight. Instead, he destroyed the black community, man. He destroyed the black household. He the reason why our young daughters and young sons are monsters, man. Living vile, disgusting lives right now, man. But one thing about it, the ISUPK, we gonna fix all that, man. We gonna fix anything that needs to get fixed in the black community, man. Because we speak the oracles of God. We keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
What else you saying? And we listen to the things that were written aforetime because we knew it was written for our learning, man. We don't listen to Martin Luther King and the ISUPK. We teach the law, statutes, and commandments every day, Monday through Sunday. Sunday through Saturday. Every day. On YouTube, Facebook, what's them other things called? I was about to say MySpace, goddamn. No, nobody be on no damn MySpace. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what's that other thing that China got going on right now? TikTok. We on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no reason to say you don't know the truth now, because we everywhere, man.
Right.
We in South America, we in Central America, we in Canada, we in the UK. Yeshaya, where Yeshaya at? We in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere now, man. Come learn the oracle. Come learn how to speak the oracles of God. Come learn how to not be like how Martin Luther King was, man. Let's grab that last one. We got a couple minutes. Proverbs chapter 2, verses 3 through 5.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verses 3. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasure, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God.
Come on, man. It says, if thou criest after knowledge, meaning niggas want this knowledge, man. We need the knowledge of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We seeking after it. You know what I'm saying? It says in verse 5, it says, then thou shalt what?
So like it. Then shalt the understanding, the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God.
Understanding the fear of the Lord is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And that's how you get your wisdom and your understanding and the knowledge of the Most High.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that it?
God, that's it on that verse.
Okay. Yeah, now we good, man. But yeah, man, once again, this class was mostly, to talk about Martin Luther King. As you know, this month they're going to be celebrating Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. We personally, in the truth, we don't give a damn about Martin Luther King Day and what he stood for. We teach against him. We teach against him and every other pastor and fake Hebrew Israelite and Nation of Islam and Muslim Mosque group out there. You know what I'm saying? We teach the oracles of God. We teach to keep the commandments, which this is the law class. We teach to keep the law. And we're going to continue to teach the law every Wednesday. You understand? Martin Luther King was detrimental to the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? He is the reason why we are in the conditions today. On top of the so-called white man being the devil, he used Martin Luther King as a pawn to destroy black people, man.
Right.
But here in the ISUBK under Commander General Hunter, we're going to fix the black community. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring the people back to Christ and to serve the Most High properly, man. We're going to teach them to keep the law, statutes, and commandments so they can get that knowledge, that wisdom, and that understanding, man, to fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We are the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any Hebrew Israelite group. You understand? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to ISUBK Florida, ISUBK Tampa, ISUBK Orlando, on Facebook and YouTube, and what's that last social media thing called again? TikTok. Yep, TikTok. Any one of y'all got the security announcements?
1 second.
True. I'm gonna go ahead and send you the security announcements as well too, so you can go in and have that and practice that as well.
Con, sir. The water.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Clap it up. We are the ISUBK Star of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Command General Hunter, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. ISUBK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel for the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months, there's another 6 months when a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, get to the Treasury Department or the teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming holy convocation. So like you.
Feast of Purim.
Carl, you know the date?
I'm trying to find it. I just got 2 new phones. I'm trying to find my calendar, man.
I got it right here.
Okay, go ahead.
We got the Feast of Purim, the 14th day of the 15th Salaki, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Thursday, 13th, March. Salaki, March 13th and God damn, Salaki, Thursday, 13th March,
man.
and Friday, 14th March, 2025. If anybody wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirts, and headband. And with that, man, Israel Majum, which means to stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher of the class, Amadu Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, Yah Bashim Yah Shabbat.
Yah Bashim Yah Shabbat.
Yah Matah, hands down. Sorry, turn and face the sisters. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. Man, Israel Majum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak,
Yah Shabbat Bashim Yah Shabbat.
Yah Matah, hands down, class dismissed.
Shalom,
Shalom, Israel.